I cannot see how football can ever supplant baseball as our really great national game.
That was the voice of Ford Frick, Commissioner of Baseball, and this is Tops in Sports, a production of the United States Air Force.
Folks, welcome to Vintage Baseball Reflections. I am Tom, the baseball nostalgia guy, bringing you these treasured pieces. Do you miss the good old days of listening to baseball through radios? It was a classic pastime that stood for decades and shaped how we cherish baseball and our heroes. These stories are from a moment in time that were heard by fans just like you. They are uncut, unfiltered, simply here for you to enjoy. So I just want you to enjoy this reflection on baseball history.
This is Kyle Rote, and today we're honored to have with us Ford Frick, who has served for more than 10 years as Commissioner of Baseball. You just heard him start an argument about football versus baseball. In a moment, he will explain. But first, this interesting message from the United States Air Force.
Hand me that socket wrench, Joe.
Here you are.
Now you hold it this way. There. That does it. Start her up.
Sounds better. Hey, like I was telling you, Fred, this Air Force recruiter is on a nationwide telephone hookup. Now, in minutes, he can tell you where you'll be stationed, what your job will be, and your rank.
So you're really going back into service? Into the Air Force?
Yep. The Air Force has this special prior service deal for veterans of the Army, Navy, Marines, and Air Force. Now, if you have a skill they need...
That's right. If you are a former serviceman, then you may have a chance to start over on a new career in Air Force Blue. The rank you will receive can be up to the one you held at discharge. Also, your previous service counts towards longevity pay and retirement. Naturally, you get 30 days annual vacation. Let your local Air Force recruiter tell you the full story.
All right, Commissioner, let's talk about one of the liveliest issues of the day, the threat professional football poses today to professional baseball as the number one sport of the land.
By its very nature, baseball must attract more juvenile interest than football because it can be played at an earlier age. It can be played by boys of different physique, weight, strength. Muscles are not particularly a necessity. And, of course, the playing season is longer.
You mean, Commissioner, that baseball has become a part of the way of life to many Americans?
That's right. The first thing I think of is Babe Ruth towing his way around the bases on a home run. Baseball is the young kid dreaming about his heroes and hoping to emulate them. And baseball is the kid on the Little League. Baseball is the father and mother of the Little Leaguer. The father taking off his coat and going out with a rake and a shovel to make the diamond. The mother getting out her sewing machine to sew a uniform. Baseball is the guy on the subway handing his daily news and turning to the sports page to see what Dick Young says today. Baseball is hot dogs and peanuts. Baseball is the vendor. Baseball is so many things that are part of our way of life. Now, of course, the same thing can be said to the degree of football. Don't misunderstand.
But for a shorter span of time, you mean?
2 months out of the year and in a very limited personnel. Not that football is not a good game. I don't mean that at all. It's a great game. But I cannot see how football can ever, in wildest imagination, supplant baseball as our really great national game.
Well, Commissioner, you're pleading a pretty strong case.
I feel the thing very strongly, and yet not argumentative. Good heavens, I hope football does well. I like football. There's room for baseball and football and basketball and hockey and all the team sports in this great country of ours. And when you start to pick a national sport, then the only thing you can do is talk about its age, its continuity, its tradition, and the length of time it's played, I mean calendar-wise, and the number of people who play and the number of people who watch. And in all those counts, of course, you've got to figure baseball number one.
Well, thank you, Commissioner Frick, for what I consider to be an honest appraisal of the situation, and I'm certain our listeners do too.
Thank you.
That was Ford Frick, fans, and this has been Tops in Sports, brought to you by your United States Air Force. This is Kyle Rote. Tops in Sports is written by Dick Young and produced by Brad Simpson for the United States Air Force in cooperation with this station.
They took the blue from the skies and the pretty girl's eyes and a touch of Old Glory's hue, and gave it to the men who proudly wear the U.S. Air Force blue. And you can wear it too, the U.S. Air Force blue.
VintageBaseballReflections.com features a treasure chest of baseball audio. The wonderful thing is the audio isn't a guy like me or a few talking heads reflecting on players, seasons, or teams. It is the actual players from that era, announcers from that era, giving you an uncut, unfiltered, unrecent day stance on what it was like then. These are real-time clips from that era. Now, we encourage you to check out our entire back catalog of baseball audio. And if you like old-time games, and folks, you are not alone. Join the membership section to enjoy interacting with fans, scoring games with folks just like you, and listening to hundreds of radio broadcasts that were baseball classics. As a special offer to you, type in "This Day in Baseball" for a discount just for you. And if you enjoyed the show, hit the plus sign to subscribe, follow us on the socials, and above all, share us with your friends who love baseball history just like